Millions of Canadians have heard this music throughout the COVID-19 pandemic as they waited to speak with a Service Canada representative. The volume of calls concerning pandemic relief was so heavy that people were often on hold for a long time, and people stuck waiting on that line have been impressed by its soothing tones. The song that so many Canadians passed the time with was written by Juno Award-winning Toronto area musician Robert Michaels. And Robert joins us now from Vaughan, Ontario, to tell us all about this great story. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Robert.
Oh, it's great to be here.
So one of the things that I find so interesting about this story is you didn't even know your song, Memento, was being used as the hold music for CERB calls until just recently. Tell us about how you found out.
Yeah, I only found out just about a week ago. I was notified by a person out west telling me that they're playing this. They wanted to do a story on it, and I had no clue. And then I did some further digging, and I found out that this was the song that was being, put with Service Canada on hold music for the last, I guess, since the COVID relief started. So I was.
Yeah, what did you think when you found out and you kind of traced it back through and you found out that your song was being listened to millions of people on this hold line? What did you think?
Well, I was kind of really happy because they actually picked a song that I thought kind of does soothe the soul. So, and I'm sure there's been a lot of people that were extremely anxious and, to find out all about CERB and all of that, being on hold with the government. And it was a great feeling to know that a piece of music that I wrote is hopefully keeping people at peace, while they're on hold.
Yeah, for sure. I often think, though, when you hear a song, especially for the first time, sometimes when you hear it again in the future, you're brought back to that same moment. And of course, we know that millions of people were listening to this likely multiple times on repeat for hours, trying to get answers on relief money from the government. Do you have any concern that people may pick up a bad association with your tune?
I don't think so. I think it puts them in a happy place. Just some of the feedback that I've received has all been positive. So I'm hoping that this is a little bit of sunlight in these dark times, and I hope people remember that.
Ah, that's great. Well, and it definitely has a tropical and calming vibe when you listen to it. Tell me about the story about how you wrote it and the vibe you were going for.
Well, I remember writing this because I was on vacation at the time down in Mexico. And I was there with my wife, and she loves to sunbathe, and I'm not a beach person, I can't just find one place, so I get pretty antsy, and I tend to usually go back to the room, and I always have my guitar with me, and I find that it's very inspiring to write when I'm away, whether it be on tour or on vacation. And in that case, I was on vacation, and I was just thinking of the beach, and I was thinking of the palm trees, and possibly people dancing on the beach, in a very romantic way, and the melody just came out, and that's how it was born.
I couldn't have thought of a better image for people to think of when they're trying to escape what has just been an awful year for so many people in this country. And I know you mentioned it already, you have received quite a bit of response to this song as people have heard it for the first time on this hold line, including one woman who recently lost her husband. Can you share that story with us?
Yeah, she told me that she lost her husband, and I guess she had to make arrangements, and I guess people need to call Service Canada, and she was put on hold, and she was listening to the music, and she said it just brought her so much joy and peace. She had to find out the name of the song and track it down, and who the artist was, and she wrote me such a lovely note, and it was just such a great feeling to know that the music has uplifted her and made her feel that way, and she also mentioned that it reminds her of her husband. Her husband did play a little bit of guitar, and so it will always kind of be with her. So it's nice to be part of someone's life soundtrack.
That's beautiful. I want to get into your personal story a little bit as well. Like so many other things, obviously live music can't really happen the same way right now. How has COVID been impacting your career?
As soon as we had the shutdowns, I was scheduled to perform in New Mexico that April with a 100-piece orchestra, and I had flights booked, I had hotels booked. We were ready to go down, and everything just got just shut right down. And but it's good to know that that performance will happen in the new year, once things settle down. But it was pretty devastating because I had other concerts that were, canceled because of COVID. As a musician, I need to get out there and perform. I sit here in my studio and I do record and I'm here every day, but, there's kind of a balance, you can only spend so much time in the studio and so much time you really need to get out and perform in front of people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Just itching to get out in front of that crowd, I'm sure. I know that you anticipate you might get some royalties from Memento being played on that CERB hold line. Have you gotten any details on how that could all work?
You know what? I don't know. I was curious about it, and I called up SOCAN, the Performing Rights Organization, and they led me somewhere else, and I just got to do some digging. I don't quite know how it works with the on-hold system.
Okay, well, I guess let me know when you find out, because I'm very curious on that aspect of things as well. And I understand that the whole experience has also inspired you. Tell me about this Christmas album that you have coming for us.
Yes, I put out a Christmas album. I recorded the Christmas album back in December and back in last November. And it's fully orchestrated. And I was thinking, you know what? I'd like to give every one of your viewers a free downloadable copy, if they like, of the full album. They just have to contact me at contact@robertmichaels.com. And I'll be more than happy to send them something to hopefully put them in a happy place during this dark time.
Good stuff. I love that attitude. And Robert, you are certainly the man of the hour in Canada. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
And so as a special treat as well, as we're heading to break now, if you want to play us a little bit of Memento, it'd be a great way to send you off.